Hello, this is 2026 Fall Online Information Session for International Studies Program at CAU GSIS. My name is Sun Eae Chun, the Professor of Economics. We meet at a time when the global education landscape is changing faster than ever. Breakthroughs in artificial intelligence and technology are transforming how we learn and work. Climate change and geopolitical risks are adding uncertainty to international affairs. In this rapidly evolving context, pursuing international studies is more important than ever. GSIS provides interdisciplinary training in a truly multicultural learning environment. Students from many countries study together and gain the pluralistic perspective needed in a globalized world. With close student-faculty interaction, we ensure that every student develops strong communication and problem-solving skills. GSIS offers two specialized graduate programs, the International Studies Program and the Advanced Interpretation and Translation Program. All ISP students begin by completing common core courses that build a solid foundation in business, economics, and international relations. After that, you can specialize in one of three concentrations, depending on your interests and career goals. GSIS offers a range of scholarships to support our students. What do GSIS graduates do after earning their degrees? The answer is just about anything in the international arena. Our alumni have gone on to diverse careers around the world. Many work in government and diplomacy, serving as diplomats or public officials. Others have built careers in media and journalism or as researchers and policy analysts in think tanks. A number of our graduates thrive in the private sector, in global companies, banks, and consulting firms, while some pursue further studies and have earned doctoral degrees. Life at GSIS is not only about classroom learning. We provide a rich array of extracurricular activities and global opportunities to enhance your experience. These pictures show GSIS International Conference held in October 2025. These are the pictures of special lectures. These are the pictures of a diploma program GSIS is operating in cooperation with Yangon University in Myanmar. These are the pictures professors participating in neat working groups and conferences. Pictures of GSIS presentation contest. General meetings, and graduation ceremony. Looking ahead, GSIS is continually evolving to stay at the forefront of global education. We are upgrading our curriculum to keep pace with a fast-changing global context. For more insight into our program, I encourage you to follow our GSIS Instagram and YouTube channels. Thank you for your attention, and we sincerely look forward to welcoming you to GSIS in the near future. Thank you.
Welcome to the Graduate School of International Studies for this information session. And I'm Professor Tae Hyun, who teaches international relations and other related courses at the school. This is my photo, this is my book, and this is my background. Graduate School of International Studies at Chung-Ang University has International Studies program which has two modules. And there is a module on international relations, and I'm going to introduce that module. In the module, we will learn topics and courses on relations among international actors, particularly nation states. And the core courses include international relations, international security, and international political economy. And elective courses include foreign policy analysis, competitive political economy, and international development, and other courses. Okay, I'm teaching, and the core course in this international relations module is international relations. And I'm going to briefly talk about what is international relations, why we do study it, and by studying it, what will be our career. International relations is, I would say, the class of phenomena among international actors. Those international actors include primarily nation states, secondarily international organizations, and tertiarily international transnational corporations and other actors like even terrorist organizations and criminal organizations. And that international relations, the class of phenomena, is trying to form a mass which is not observable with five sensory organs. So international relations, measuring it, studying it, is designed to help students to develop a gut feeling of what international relations is and how it works, and so that is kind of conceptualizing international relations. And throughout that, you will develop that kind of conceptual model of international relations, which will help you throughout the rest of your life, I would say. And I would say, this is my personal belief, that there are 3 or 4 reasons of studying international relations. At the first level, I would say the intellectual reason for the kind of joy of learning. You will learn about the very complex phenomena of international relations. The war that is going on in Europe as well as in the Middle East, and the way international market is also working and affected by international political events. And practically, I think by learning international relations, you will be able to avoid the losses and garner gains that is stemming from international relations. If you are making an investment into financial markets, I guarantee that you will make better record by learning this one than by not doing this. And third one, which I believe is the most important, is the ethical reason. That is because international relations always involves a kind of moral judgment. Let's say because it involves bloodshed, millions of people were killed and wounded in the Russia-Ukraine war, and also currently thousands of people are being wounded or killed in the Middle East. And facing that kind of event, learning international relations will help you to form a better ethical judgment and what went wrong, who is responsible, and how to correct them. And by doing so, you will develop a pride as a conscientious citizen. And also at the social or national level, if all the citizens are properly trained in international relations, they'll be able to tame the tribal politics in this age of globalization in the peacetime. And by learning international relations, by majoring in international relations, you may seek these kind of careers. Most of all, will be able to become a diplomat, that is foreign services for the national government. And I know that entrance procedures may vary from a country to another country, but a proper knowledge of international relations or proper training in international relations will help you survive and thrive in your profession. And also another career could be in international organizations. And qualifications may vary depending on the field. For example, you'll be, if you are a medical doctor, it'll be helpful to become an employee at the World Health Organization. But still, a proper understanding of international relations is needed for personal as well as organizational success. Also, you may seek your career in journalism, or you may be a researcher in think tanks in a variety of areas, international security issues, foreign policy issues, and even financial issues. And also, you may want to be a teacher like me, and for that you may need further training like a PhD, will be eventually needed. But still, I think that is a very promising venue. Okay, that's it what I would like to tell you for now, and I hope you join our program and meet me in person in the classes. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I'm the Dr. Shin. I'm teaching the social biology and the international relations. Actually, in the IR review, through the new video at GSIS. Today, I'd like to introduce two courses that I believe to offer the truly unique approach to studying international relations. One that goes beyond the traditional textbook and asks deeper and more the fundamental questions about why states and people behave the way they do. Regarding the social biology and the IR, the first course is called the social biology and the IR. As its core, this course asks the bold question: what if the key to understanding global politics lies not just in history or diplomacy, but in human biology and evolution? We begin by examining the power transition theory, the idea that the international order is not static. We trace how the global system has shifted from the state of anarchy, where there is no central authority, to a more structured international order, and not toward an emerging global order shaped by interdependence and shared institutions. But what drives these transitions? This course argues that we need to look deeper at human nature itself and at what evolutionary in the biologists and called the evolutionary in the stable strategies, or ESS. These are the behavioral pattern like the cooperation, deterrence, or the competition that have the persist because they are effective for the survival. When we apply this lens to state behavior, we begin to see pattern the purely the political theorists often miss. The ultimate goal of the course is to overlay these the biological and the evolutionary the insights onto contemporary in the IR theory, and ask what are the real world implications for how nations interact today. I'm talking about regarding the second and the course and the IR during the new media. This course in the take the very different but the complementary approach is called International Relations Review through new media. Rather than relying solely on the own dense academic readings, this course is the huge new media, documentaries, video lectures, the podcasts, and the digital content to make the higher theory more accessible and engaging. The goal is not to simplify the theory, but to make it stick. One of the most exciting elements is directing the exposure to our lecture by world renowned scholars, giving students on the genuine the sense of the global academic discourse and emerging IR trends. Equally important, the course in the deliberately incorporates media from the multiple countries, ensuring that the students don't just see the world through the one cultural lens. You will encounter the perspective from the Asia and the Europe and the Americans and beyond, the building on the truly the balanced and the multinational viewpoint. Finally, the course is designed as bilingual and hybrid and conducted in both languages, in Korean and English, helping the students to develop the sophisticated academic language skill in both languages simultaneously. Together, these two courses aim to produce the IR scholars who think critically, globally, and creatively, and connecting in the evolutionary theory, the modern media, and the real-world politics into the coherent and powerful framework. Thank you. See you, and all guys at GSIS in the near future.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. I am Byun, and I teach 2 classes each year at GSIS. In my classes, we cover globalization, global societies, cultural diversity, while also diving into critical issues like deglobalization, international migration, sustainability, and degrowth. I want to talk about why we are actually here and what is so special at the Graduate School of International Studies. We aren't just studying globalization from a textbook. We are living it. We have students from every corner of the world, and everyone brings a different piece of the puzzle. This is a picture from my class activities, an example showing the diversity of the students. Students at GSIS aren't just looking for jobs. They are looking to understand how the world fits together. We aim for everyone to understand the differences, to develop empathy, and to practice tolerance. It is also a quality to be and to act as global citizen, which I teach in my class. To understand and to act responsibly. These skills are very important nowadays. So I hope today's session gives you a glimpse into that energy. We are excited to show you what we've been working on, and more importantly, how we are trying to make sense of this world together. Thanks for being part of this journey, and I hope to see you soon at GSIS. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Professor Ho Gu. Today I will use the Chinese language to introduce 2 courses in international studies, both of which are taught in Chinese. 大家好，我是张浩楚教授。现在由我来简单的介绍一下我负责的2门中文授课课程。首先由我来简单的介绍一下自己。我是中央大学 GSIS 国际学科客座教授，叫张浩球，是北京大学经济学博士。研究方向是国际直接投资和国际贸易。 产业高度化之间的关系。后来呢，博士毕业之后，在韩国驻沈阳总领事馆担任经济研究员，分析了中国外交、中韩、中朝之间的政治经济关系。之后到中国山东大学东北亚学院担任外籍教授，负责讲授理论经济学课程，研究东北亚政治经济合作。自从2022年开始，到我们韩国中央大学国际大学院担任客座教授，负责讲授2门中文授课课程，包括中国对外关系、中国经济。2023年，我自己还成立了韩中经济社会研究所，一方面基于区域学分析方法，介绍中国和韩国两国社会，增进彼此社会的了解；另一方面为青年学者提供期刊、出版、论坛等合作工作。后面呢，我来简单的介绍一下我的2门中文授课课程。中国老话说，和平和发展是当今时代的主题。没有和平，没有精力搞建设，就没有发展；没有发展，国家之间抢资源，产生矛盾，就没有和平。3月份我开设的课程是中国对外关系，主要探讨的是和平问题。中国是全世界邻国最多的国家，从中国的视角分析国际关系格局、中国对外战略、未来中国的发展方向。当今社会，俄乌战争长期化，美国、以色列、伊朗冲突等不确定性因素加剧，我们有必要关注直接关系到我们生活的和平问题。这门课程能给出一个基于中国观点的不同思路。还有，我在9月份开设的课程是中国经济，主要探讨发展问题。中国和其他资本主义国家不同，树立明确的目标，即实现共产主义社会的建设。发达国家呢，往往基于资本主义经济的分析方法，分析中国经济和社会，经常出现一些错误预测。在这门课程，我们从中国的角度出发，系统分析从产权国有化的社会主义改造、对外开放的改革开放与大进大出发展、供给侧改革和一带一路到迈进高质量发展的中国经济整个一个过程。这门课程能够增进自己对中国经济的了解，建立自己对中国经济的独立思维能力。以上是我负责的2门课程的简单的介绍。我很期待，在课堂上能够见到各位同学们。中央大学国际大学院国际学课，欢迎你们来，谢谢。
So good morning or good afternoon, everyone. First of all, welcome to this ISP information session. My name is Antoine Braine, and I'm sorry because I could not attend this meeting in person, but that's why I decided to do a small video and a small recording of what I wanted to talk about today. So first of all, as I said, my name is Antoine. I'm 25 years old, and I'm from Belgium. I have a bachelor's degree in international business, and I first came in South Korea with an exchange program, and now it's been almost 4 years that I'm in South Korea. And this semester, I just finished my last one at in the ISP major at CAU, which means that I will be soon graduated. So about my experience with the courses, as you may know, you must not do a master thesis. It's not mandatory. So depending on what you choose, you have to complete a certain amount of courses, like ISP courses and also 2 language courses. So you have the small requirements at the bottom right. And so during the 3 first semesters, I decided to focus more on the core courses and also the main courses, and then to specialize myself more in international trade and also in global finance. And then in the last semester, I decided to do the master thesis. And to do so, I needed to take 2 courses, which are individual study and also my last language course. And about the master thesis, so as I said, the ISP program does not require students to write the thesis, which is something that I really appreciated because it gives flexibility depending on your goals. But personally, I decided to write a thesis because I wanted to challenge myself and also gain deeper research experience. So quick word on my thesis. So my topic focused on Belgian small and medium-sized enterprises entering the South Korean market, which allowed me to connect my academic background with real-world issues. And I worked on case studies and conducted interviews with professionals, which made the research very practical and very interesting. And if you're considering a PhD or a research-oriented careers, or even just want to strengthen your analytical skills, I would strongly recommend doing a thesis. It requires more effort, maybe, but it is very rewarding. And then the experience with the courses. Well, um, the courses are very interesting, and also it's always very motivating to learn from expert and very professional teachers. And also there is a good way of teaching and a good system in terms of exams and like assignments and everything. And also there are a lot of relevant links between the courses, which makes it more good at the end. And then my experience on the campus and in general, well, the campus is very welcoming and beautiful. It's also very convenient. You have some restaurants, some coffee shops, and others. You have also some activities and events such as the CAU festivals or others. And also you can buy a jacket if you want. And then you have some extrascholar activities like tours, contests, seminars, etc. And then the campus surrounding is very convenient too. You have a lot of restaurant, a lot of place, like a very nice place around the campus, and also the dormitory. Well, I didn't go to the dormitory, but I heard from other people that it was very nice. So if you're considering to go in the dormitory, well, you can go. It's nice. And finally, something that I wanted to talk about is about what is called the pilot program. So during my 2 years, um, at some point I received some mails and some suggestions by the professors, and one of them was one program in which I could learn some data analysis program in GKEDC, which is the Global Knowledge and Education Development Center, something like that. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. And basically, you had some online classes and then some assignments. And at the end, you had to go 2 days at the center. And after these 2 days, so you have like all the trainings and all the courses and stuff, you have a certificate that can be used also later, maybe in your resume or others. And thanks to that program, I developed a new interest in data analysis. So it's also nice sometimes to consider what the professor suggests and also to try other things outside of the campus because you can develop interest in other things and you can have very good experience. So this is all I wanted to talk about, and thank you very much for your attention.
Hi everyone, my name is Xin Yi, and it's my pleasure to share my experience in the ISP program at Chung-Ang University. First, let me briefly introduce myself. I came from China, and I earned my bachelor degree in human resources management, and I have about 2 years of working experience in the education industry. Now I'm majoring in ISP, and this is my final semester at school, and I'm also a member of the student council. And I would like to talk about what ISP really meant to me, not just the courses on the screen. Over these semesters, I have been studying a wide range of knowledge that connects global politics, economy, culture, and business, together with a systematic training. What impressed me most is that ISP doesn't just teach us theories, it helps us understand the world from a broader, more international perspective. We learn how the world works, how different countries cooperate, and how culture and economy influence each other. And this program has truly opened my mind and shaped my way of thinking. And there is another great advantage of ISP is that we have very flexible study plans. In our final semester, we can choose to write a thesis, and it's like totally up to us. So as you can see, this is exactly how I arranged my study plan. With this flexible system, I can have more time to prepare for my future internships or my career after graduation. And it helps us make a smoother transition from study to work. And also, besides studying, I also take part in many valuable academic and campus activities. I joined the GSS field trips for many times, where we visit Korean historical and cultural museums to learn more about Korea's history and traditions. In class, we even made kimbap together, as you can see from the photo, and experience Korean food culture. And I also attended the CAU GSIS International Conference, where I learned to insights from professors and students from different countries. It was such a precious chance to feel real academic communication and global exchange. And on campus, I enjoyed many interesting activities. Joined the Talk Night with GPS, which is the name of our student council, and we watched the Christmas movies together with our friends. Our university also hold festivals every year, and last year we were so lucky to have the famous group aespa and NCT at our school anniversary festival. It was such an unforgettable experience. And what touched me most is that our campus has its own lovely cats. They have their own names and places to stay, which makes me feel the warmth and kindness of our school. And I also I have met so many nice classmates from all the world, and we studied, communicate, and grow together. These experiences are far beyond the textbooks. And at the end, I want to talk about living and studying in Seoul has been such a wonderful experience for me. I got to enjoy the energetic K-pop culture that makes this city so special. I also tried a variety of delicious Korean food, and I truly love the food culture here. And what impressed me most is that Seoul is a multicultural city where different cultures meet and coexist in a peaceful way. All this experience made me more independent, confident, and open-minded. And at the end, to all of you here, I hope you will also enjoy your journey in ISP, explore the world, improve yourselves, and find your own growth in this wonderful program. Thank you so much for listening.